Welcome to the new episode in the MainWP Coach series. In this episode, we will go over the Updates page. This will likely be one of your most visited MainWP pages, and from here, you can perform all kinds of updates on your child sites. Functionality-wise, the Plugins Updates and Themes Updates pages are almost identical, so let's explore the Plugins page in detail. At the top of the page, you can choose how the available updates are grouped: per site, per item, or per tag. Depending on the chosen grouping, the table below will have a different hierarchy, but functionality will be the same. So when you choose by site, the first level will naturally be a list of sites with available updates, and when you expand a site, you will see a list of available plugins. Similarly, when you choose the per item grouping, the first level is going to be plugins, and when expanded, you will see a list of sites that have an available update for that plugin. And per tag grouping is going to have one additional hierarchy level. Let's go over the various ways you can execute these updates, and let's switch back to per item grouping. You can update a plugin on a single site by clicking this Update Now button, or you can click the Update All button to update all plugins on this site. You can also select certain sites and then update them with Update Selected button, or you can select certain sites across for different plugins, like so, and then click the Update Selected Plugins button. Lastly, there's an Update All Plugins button, which will update all plugins across all sites. You are also able to ignore certain updates, and MainWP will not alert you until you manually remove them from the Ignore list. You can ignore plugins per site by clicking this Ignore Update button, or ignore them globally for all sites with the Ignore Globally button. A list of ignored plugins is located under the Plugins menu, and it is just as simple to remove them from these lists with Unignore buttons. The Themes Updates page is identical to the Plugins one, so let's move to the WordPress Updates page. This Updates page is very similar but simplified since there are no different groupings, and the sites naturally cannot be expanded in the table. The Translations Updates page is again very similar to the Plugins and Themes Updates pages, with very similar updates functionality, except that translation updates cannot be ignored. Finally, we have the Abandoned Plugins and Themes page. These pages will list plugins and themes that have not received an update in a certain amount of time. This time period can be customized on the Settings page, and the default value is 365 days. These abandoned pages are mostly informative and serve to inform you if a certain plugin or theme may be a risk if left severely outdated. If you don't think the risk is there for a certain plugin or theme, you can ignore it by clicking the Ignore Now button. Similarly to ignored updates, this list of ignored abandoned is available under Plugins menu, and from here, you can remove the items from the list as desired. And that's the overview of our Updates page. We hope you found this video overview useful. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates from MainWP.